It has just been so excruciatingly hot here in Paris, I think in all of Europe. So this is an ice pack because I'm just so hot, and I just woke up and I've been having this moment where I'm hitting this edge, and I talk about this, or I've talked about this before, but I just want to talk it out. Something happened in the 3D, in the reality, that shook me. That literally rug came out from under, and I was like, whoa. And I know why it's happening. It's happening to show me that there's still aspects of the self that feel powerless over this 3D reality. And part of my journey and what I've been strengthening is to know that nothing outside of me is more powerful than what's inside. So this thing happens, and it has to do with money. So money is linked to survival. It's linked to everything. How are you going to eat? How are you going to survive? Where are you going to live? I gave up my apartment 2 years ago. I've been in a very similar situation that I'm in right now, where I have to leave this cat sit in 3 days, and I don't know where I'm going. Um, I don't know where I'm going next. And because of this, what happened, I have limited funds. So there's all this stuff. And I was doing really well. I was like, no, I know this has happened before, and la, 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 and I'm really good at like, my conscious mind is so programmed now to just give me a whole little rampage, like a pep talk, right? A pep talk, excuse me. And so I'm really good at that. And at night, that's when that's when the body, which stores all of those emotions and every single fear, all that stuff just starts to come up. But I'm also practicing this non-dualist approach, which is to allow it all, right? Allow the contrast. That's why it's happening. Be the awareness that holds all of it. So I asked last night, I said, okay, I know that there's like a fear, like a big fear. And it's not about the circumstance. It's not about becoming homeless or whatever. It's what is the feeling? Like what is it I'm really afraid of? And it really feels like failure, or like I couldn't make it happen. I couldn't do it. It feels like defeat. Yeah, it feels like all the ideas, all the beliefs that I've had, and now I can get emotional. Like I couldn't carry them all the way through. I couldn't bring it home. I failed. Uh, I did. Or I was wrong, right? So I was like, let me be the observer. Let me be aware of this feeling of defeat without kind of becoming powerless to it, right? Without being the identity and just letting it take me down. So oddly, I slept fine, slept totally fine. And then I woke up, and that's when all this started to happen. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to move through it in real time, and it's supposed to take me under. Like, this is what I've learned. I have to let it break me. We have to let it break us. Like, because this is part of the alchemy. The part of us that is stuck and powerless to the 3D reality, or powerless to whatever the situation or circumstance that feels bigger, right? It always feels way bigger. That's the part that needs to come up. So we have to let it. And and for me, I have to let it break me. I have to say all the things I don't want to say, which is like, I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I guess the thing I don't want to say is get like a real job, or get some sort of a real job that's consistent, because like this isn't working. You know how many times I've said that? You know how many times I've said that? I can cry, because it's like this movie reel in my head of all the times. Like, I was an artist. I've said that millions of times, where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I have to get a real job. This whole idea of like, it's an either or. That's interesting. Maybe it's not an either or, and maybe it's, I don't know. We'll come back to that. But the point being, there's this fight Like my identity does not want to be defeated. That's something. The identity is just like, nope, we're not going back to that conventional route. Nope. No, no, no. I don't care how bad it looks. Miracles are possible. Miracles can happen. You lived through so many of them. Literally, last minute, I had nowhere to go. Show up at a cafe and, like, boom, a possibility came. But living that way is so, it's stressful. It's stressful. And I just feel like, do I want to put myself through this every single time? Although, here's the truth. Even with a job or even with security, shit happens and then what? So it's like there's no real guarantee. So I know this is the identity. I know this is part of it is breaking me open, breaking up all the parts of me that are so in fight or flight and just doesn't want to let go. I just have to let go. I have to let it break me open even more to more parts of me that are so scared. It's like when you're in this place, it's like you can't hope anymore. You don't pray anymore. You're just like, like I can't. It's like how many times, you know what I mean? It's like, no, you either just know, you just know. And what I know to be true, somehow it all works out. Somehow something comes through, whatever, it all works out. I mean, I've lived through this enough times. It's just, I know, like I gave myself a huge assignment. I was like, I want to live where I know I don't have to show up anywhere, that money comes to me, opportunities come to me, I become the attractor, And so it was like this big, I guess, jump from where I was, who I was, to where I wanted to be. And so all of this in between has to come up, right? But my God, like, it ain't easy. It is not easy. I also have a little bit of a headache. So, what do I know? One thing at a time, one moment at a time, one day at a time, just be with this. Let it break me open. Let it show me. Let it speak through me all the ways that I feel in this moment powerless to this outside circumstance. Just say it point blank. I feel powerless to this outside circumstance. However, and I know this is here for me and everything always works out. It just does. So with that, I'm going to end this video. I just wanted to share what it's like, a moment of letting myself break open and just seeing what happens. Take care, everyone.